We've all been there when you're walking with your girl and your girl notices that one guy who's taller than you, bigger than you, stronger, healthier, hotter looking, whatever. And she just looks at him for an extra couple seconds and you know that she thought something. She made up her mind on something and it's just kind of makes you uncomfortable, but you don't really know how to deal with it because your girl's always either talking to some other guys, she has a lot of guy friends, and you're just like, is that like her flirting or is that just normal? Is that just a normal conversation? We've all been there as guys and we don't really like that. Who likes that? I mean, when your girl's basically looking for more and more attention. So how do you really deal with it? And one of the easiest ways that to break it down in this video is that basically any girl that you're not comfortable with how she is around other men is not a good match for you. To put it very bluntly, it's just not a good match. Now, I'm not even saying that you're too sensitive or insecure or she's too much of a hoe and she likes to flirt with other men. I'm not saying either of those things. I'm saying it's just not a good match because there are plenty of men who are okay with their women talking more to other guys and they're like, hey, that's fine, and so on. Most don't like that, but still. And so to really break it down a little more, in general, a girl that craves a lot of attention, especially from the other sex, especially from men, that is a girl that's gonna bring you a lot more problems. It has always been the case. I'm not speaking because I heard somebody say this online. I'm saying this from my own experience. Any girl that I was ever with or even considered, if she is a little bit too much attention seeking, whether it's on social media, whether it's in person, she has male friends, all that kind of garbage, I get immediately turned off because for a second there, my brain imagines that we're all just passing the same girl around and sharing her. That's how it feels like. Whether that's happening or not is irrelevant because sooner or later that's going to happen. And maybe this girl, she has a need for that. She craves that attention. Well, let her do that with somebody else, with those guys. Because, how do you deal with it? Well, let's say you're with a girl, right? And, she is the kind of girl that I've just described. Talks to men, has conversations, even hangs out with men alone. Well, I immediately write her off as non-girlfriend material. Forget wife material, non-girlfriend material. So if you're the kind of guy that's okay, you just want to screw around, have fun, yeah, keep her on the back burner. She's fine because she's keeping you on the back burner. That's literally what's happening. She's keeping you around because she likes the idea of having you, being with you, having that attention from you, but other men as well. So if you're okay with it, you can keep her on the back burner, but she's immediately written off. This isn't something you need to police. This isn't something you need to be like, hey, you can't do this with other men. You can't just go flirt with them. You can't hang out with them. You don't need to do any of that. Just watch how she behaves. Because I'm telling you right now, if you force a girl, or as a matter of fact, any human to behave not in a way that's native to them, not in a way that's natural to them, sooner or later, they're still going to revert back to it. Maybe for at the start of the relationship, they'll be like, okay, I won't do this anymore. Let me change for you. That's all garbage. There's no such thing as I'm going to change for you. Because 6 months later, she's back to doing what she's used to doing. And that doesn't take any accountability off of you. I'm just speaking specifically for the girl side and how you handle it. It doesn't mean you can be a piece of shit and have crazy standards, even though you yourself are not even deserving of that. Let's just put it that way. All I'm saying is, if it's up to you and you're with that girl and she behaves a certain way around men, or she gives them attention, she gets hit on by guys and she's with you, but she's kind of also like, laughing along with them and going with whatever they're saying. You've seen all of those videos online where men basically make content based on testing other women's loyalty with the guy. A guy approaches a couple and they talk about stuff, whether they put money in front of them, whatever. The point is, if she's in some way or form receptive to other men's attention to that extent, But you can be like, all right, that just crosses my line. You can let her know, you can not let her know, you can just write her off in your mind that this is not the kind of behavior that I see my girlfriend doing. Because why am I trying to invest in an individual, invest my time, energy, and she's just gonna go ahead and talk around other men, and on top of that, that means your investment with whatever you're investing into the relationship is not even safe. Because as soon as one man gets a little too close, he can pull her over. As a matter of fact, I know what it feels like to be that guy that, you have an attractive girl and a lot of other men want her, but she's also receptive to their attention, and you're just thinking, one day I'm going to lose her to one of those men. One day that man will get in her pants. I just feel it. I just know it, because they're just a little too friendly. It's just a little bit too much out there. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I'd much rather be the guy that's on the other side. The guy that I wouldn't trust other women to be around. As in, don't let your girl near me because you never know. And I'm not saying like because you're just gonna steal her or some shit. I'm just saying, why would you want to be the guy that can get his girl stolen that easily? Because there are so many other better choices out there. Either A, she's a hoe, or B, you're just not a very good competitive choice for her. And we have to be honest here. Women are usually pretty good at selecting. If they see a better guy out there that'll eventually, especially if they spend more time with him and they think they have a shot at him, they will slowly drift towards him. That's just from experience. That just happens. And this is why you got to be on top of your shit. And maybe this happens to you, and maybe you're just not where you are. Maybe there's a guy that's 5 years older than you that your girlfriend's looking at, or she daydreams of, whatever. You just know that there's other men on her mind. And you're just not there yet. You're 5 years younger. What can you do than those men? It's fine. She can go ahead and, be with them, go with them. You don't have to sit there and be like, yeah, well, I just haven't had enough time yet. I just need to grow up a little bit more. I just need to have spent more time working on myself and developing myself longer. Yeah, that all makes sense. Completely. Focus on that. You can still set a boundary and say, in your mind or to her, regardless, that you don't accept this kind of behavior, period. If she wants to be with that guy who is better than you, let her be with that guy who's better. It's going to save you so much headache, so much wasted time, wasted efforts. It's going to really, really save it. So keep it simple. In my mind, I always have those mental notes, depending on the girl I'm with. This one, girlfriend material. Perfect. Until she does something that is very on girlfriend material, I will write that off and be like, I just don't take you seriously anymore. You're just a girl. But usually, especially if you're in a relationship with someone for a while, you've probably seen more or less what they're capable of, what kind of person they are, what their behavior is. And if you've been with them for that long, it means you're okay with it. Because if not, why are you with them? Why are you with a girl that you have to keep on repeating to? Why is that guy DMing you? Why are you replying to him? Why does that guy know you? Why do men know you in general? That is the biggest turnoff, actually, just as a side note. When you're going somewhere with a girl and other guys say hi to her. Like they know her. Not just because they're hitting on her. It's just like, what? Because the only reason you'd be famous in that sense is because other guys have taken their chances at you. You never know. Anyway, this isn't really a video for women. Women are going to get offended from what they hear. But as men, as guys, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. If you want to learn more in-depth stuff from personal experience that I talk about and give advice on, it's in the link in my description. I'm building a community. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.